after listening to such beautiful, multifaceted Lord's names, they say, speak not thy Lord's name in vain. Why speak? Why keep repeating 1,000 names of Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu? It has only one purpose. Reciting those names will reflect on the divine qualities. Dhiraj, one who has lifted Govardhan. There are so many, Damodar. They are very significant names describing the divine qualities. There is no point in worshipping the divine unless we too become divine ourselves. No point reciting these names unless and until we imbibe those qualities within us. So, our elders, they have formulated a mechanism how to remember those qualities so that we can imbibe them. And especially we, the serious, sincere seekers of spirituality, who have assembled world across, meditating day in and day out, for one single purpose, to be transformed, to become better and better, and ultimately establishing ourselves in that apotheosis which Babuji talks about, the ultimate God realization. For the masters of caliber, with their grace, we keep moving. For them to grant us spiritual experiences is nothing actually. It's a play for them. It's joy for them. It's child's play, as I would put it again and again in my talk. They can grant us any spiritual condition. God realization, enlightenment, with the help of this pranahuti, has become a child's play. To grant us the divine wisdom within us, it's just a play. Then what is the difficulty? Where is the difficulty and why are we not rising to our own satisfaction? I have not yet found even one person who had started this heartfulness way of meditation and said, Kamlesh Bhai, this is the best thing that has happened to me. Everyone has spoken that this is the best thing that has happened to them in their lives. Despite of such great experiences, I don't see them flowering. I don't see them progressing at all. They're happy with the whitewash. They're happy with the rain that falls and the whole nature becomes peaceful, cool, hot temperature withers away, goes away. There's greenery all around. You find peaceful faces. But deep down, that spiritual essence has still got to percolate to its deepest level. Master's job is to sow the seeds. Masters are like farmers. Our honorable former president, most respected brother, our elder brother Ramnath Kovindji, yesterday फूलों की झड़ी से बहुत पिटाई की हमारी, परमेश्वर बना दिए। हम भी बनाते थे बाबूजी महाराज को, आचार्य जी को, लाला जी को भगवान का, भगवान से भी ज्यादा हम तो बोलते थे बाबूजी को। वन डे इन माय कन्वर्सेशन विथ हिम, बाबूजी को मेरी एक तकलीफ सुना रहा था कि बाबूजी मैं 2 लाइन के आगे, ये प्रार्थना की जो है 4 लाइन की है, लेकिन 2 लाइन के आगे मैं जा ही नहीं सकता हूँ। I was sharing with Babuji that I can never go beyond the 2 lines of the prayer out of these 4 lines. He said, क्या बात है? मैंने बोला, देखो बाबूजी, when we say, "Oh Master, thou art the real goal of human life," we are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. यहाँ गाड़ी रुक जाती है. Because the next statement, that thou art the only God, how can I insult you with such a statement? You are someone better than God, higher than God. And he became so shy and he could not, he said, then he became very strong and said, look, in a stern voice told me, look, these are all my researches and discoveries. Do as what you are told to do. पता नहीं उन्होंने क्या किया. The problem was over and I could complete the prayer. I have often said this, कि there are slokas like Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahm, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Comparing Guru with Brahma, comparing Vishnu and Mahesh, and Guru Sakshat Param Brahm. Who can say such a thing? Only the one who has attained that level, one who has seen both the Guru, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. All 4 have been visualized and understood. Then only you can say you are this or you are that. न तो गुरु को पहचाना, न तो विष्णु को पहचाना, or you started saying you are Vishnu, you are Mahesh. This is nothing but बटर लगाते हैं ना, मक्खन लगाना, गुरु तुम ये हो, गुरु तुम ये हो, ये सब बकवास है. अंदर से जानो और ऑनेस्टली बोलो तो कुछ मजा आता है. कई लोगों को महसूस होता है, लेकिन वो चुप हो जाते हैं. बोलने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, दिखावा नहीं करना है. Farmer sows the seed and patiently waits for the seeds to sprout. After it sprouts, he nourishes them with fertilizers, all kinds of fertilizers, protects it from pests, insects, fungal infections, removes the unnecessary weeds that would have otherwise competed. There is a competition between the actual plant and the weeds. So he removes the weeds. So many things are happening, and we can learn this lesson from farmers. The spiritual seeds which are about to get sprouted, do they really see even one day of growth? What are these weeds in our own heart? The field of my heart that has been sown with seeds of spirituality, what sorts of weeds are growing within me, what sorts of bacteria and fungal infections are destroying the spiritual seed before it even sprouts. We have an entrepreneur here. He has developed plasma water. He says, soak this plasma water, the seeds in the plasma water before you sow them in the farm. It will protect. I wish spiritual seeds were as easy of soaking in plasma water, but I would say it's even faster, better, and more efficient way than soaking in any antiseptic solutions. Love. Protect the seed with love and care. The seed is very tender, very fragile, very refined, very subtle, vulnerable at every moment. We have to protect it. The spiritual condition that unfolds within our consciousness must be protected at any cost if we want to transform ourselves and become better. Otherwise, life will go on and on and on. We will remain untransformed. Rather, we will be putting more and more baggage on us. We'll become more and more fossilized, become more and more rocky, hardened, as they say in neurology, hardwired neurons. As they fire together, they remain wired together. Our habits remains wired together. And these habits, old patterns, old samskars, would never allow these seeds to germinate. It's impossible. Yesterday evening we had a beautiful session where we were talking about how difficult it is to protect and transport glass in the midst of rocks. There is a ghazal by Jagjit Singh. In another stanza, his wife sings and says, "Aapne mandir to dekhe honge." I'm sure that you have, और वहाँ दिए जलते भी देखे होंगे. Then she says, कितना मुश्किल है ये दिए को जलते रखना, और खास करके आंधी आती है, पवन आता है, तूफान आता है, तो दिया कैसे जलता रहेगा? तो our inner flame, how to protect that inner flame, inner craving that we carry, if we remain in turbulent environment around us. I cannot change my outside, but certainly I can make my inner very silent, very poised and alert. And what sort of alertness is required? You see the security force here protecting our president. That level of alertness is required. Babuji would call it, it's like a soldier waiting at the border. How vigilant they are. Another occasion he gives an example of a cat waiting for the mouse. So focused. The moment the mouse comes, it just snaps on it. See? These conditions are also unpredictable. We don't know when they will come, when they will unfold. So we have to remain vigilant and alert from within, capture it. Having captured, as we have spoken, by giving the examples of 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Acquiring spiritual condition, A. A for acquiring. It's very easy. Easy because he gives it to us. खुद ट्राई करोगे तो नहीं आएगा, impossible. So we have to be grateful for granting us those spiritual conditions. Our job is to enliven it, E for enlivening. And that's where the problem lies. Condition is given, we have acquired, but how to make it livelier in our day-to-day life? We meditate. We arrive at a meditative state, calm, peaceful, harmonious, almost like samadhi. We have acquired. How to carry on with this life and also have that meditative state during all my activities? That is a challenge for every spiritual seeker. मेरे गांव में पनिहारी लोग होते थे, अभी भी है। अभी तो वो सीन चला गया कि जब मटके का एक मटके का पॉट होता था, उसके ऊपर एक दूसरा पॉट होता था, तीसरा भी होता था, उनके खोपड़ी पे पानी का मटका लेके कुएं से घर ले आते थे। और मैंने कभी कभी देखा है उसके पीछे भैंस दौड़ती ना, तो वो पनिहारी भी दौड़ती, और वो सीन बहुत मजे का होता था। कई लोग इतने एक्सपर्ट होते थे कि 3 मटका लेके भी दौड़ते थे, कुछ होता ही नहीं था उनको। शायद टूट जाए तो फिर से कहां से मटका लाऊंगी मैं। हम लोगों में इतनी चिंता नहीं है, अंदर की हालत टूट जाए, मालिक देता रहता है, हम क्या करेगा, इसलिए हम इतने केयरफुल नहीं रहते हैं। लेकिन वी शुड बेटर रिमेन केयरफुल. Care that like a precious jewel that has been gifted to us. Hold on to it, enlivening it, give more life to it. Make it more intense. How to make it more intense? Meditate if you have to, but 5 minutes to recall your morning meditation. When you go to your office, close your eyes for a few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And before you start any activity, connect yourself with that meditative state. It will come back. Keep recalling that state again and again, again and again. And see if you can take it further. Preserving that state itself is a challenge. But one should not be happy with just by preserving the state. Take it further. That is the goal. Half hour of morning meditation is good. वो जननी है। मेडिटेशन, ध्यान एक माँ जैसा काम करती है। वो स्पिरिचुअल हालत को जन्म देती है, ध्यान। उस हालत को आगे बढ़ाना हमारा काम है। उसकी बढ़ाई हो, उसका एक्सपांशन हो। और जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते हैं आध्यात्मिकता में, बाबूजी कहते हैं कि the path becomes slippery as we advance spiritually. As we go higher and higher, path becomes so slippery it's difficult to keep up. Higher you go, the journey becomes more and more dangerous. Let me give you an example. When you are walking on a plain land, गिरोगे, कहाँ गिरोगे आप? चलते चलते गिरोगे तो घुटना टूटेगा और कुछ नहीं होगा। चौथी मंजिल से गिरोगे तो, 13वीं मंजिल से गिरोगे तो राम बोलो भाई राम से. I give you another example. As we go on and on, marching towards the Everest, we are comfortable in the plains. Higher we go, becomes more and more difficult. ठंड लगेगी, cold breeze will be blasting on your face. आंख में से पानी निकलता है वो भी आइस बन जाता है. नाक में से भी जो हवा निकलेगी भेज के साथ वो भी it will form ice on your mustache. So cold. And at top, शिखर पे कितने दिन रहोगे आप? आध्यात्मिकता में, in the world of spirituality, we have to make that शिखर, that tip, like a big plane, big area where you can have a permanent house at the highest. Expansion. There is no person like Brahm. There is no God like Brahm. It's a fallacy. Brahm is a spiritual condition. Param Brahm is a spiritual condition. What do we understand when we say Brahm or Parabrahm? We have this in our literature. That moment we cross Pinda Pradesh, the heart region, we enter the region we call Brahma, Brahmand Mandal, then Parabrahmand Mandal. These are regions, these are the qualities, these are the conditions, but there is no individual. What happens with such states? Lalaji says, just the nature of Atman is, you can understand it by splitting this word. Understand the definition of the word Atman, At and Man. At means the movement. Man here is thinking. Movement is always in two dimensions. When he talks of Brahman, he says it is, you split this word Bruha and Man. Bruha means expansion. Expansion is always in three dimensions. Manan here is contemplation. Thinking is unidirectional. Contemplation is 360 degrees. So that's the only difference. Thinking and movement are limited. Contemplation and expansions are unlimited. When we arrive at such state after crossing Panchabhutas, heart region, we enter there and literally we find the difference. Then the Parabrahmand, where there is no difference in expansion at all. It just happens. Yesterday evening meditation was a taste of Parabrahmand state. I don't know how many noticed it or experienced it or could vocabularize it. So let's identify what are these weeds that does not allow my spiritual seed that has been sown by the great masters in my heart. What are these seeds that are destroying the spiritual seed and does not allow it to sprout? What sort of nutrition can I provide? You know, in my vegetable garden at Gokul Point, I grow all kinds of vegetables. One of them is parval. And surprisingly, despite of caring for this parval plant, it remains so hard that despite of putting in a cooker for 2 hours, it does not cook well. And I keep shouting at our sisters, what sort of cooking are you doing? But that is because not enough nutrition is there in the soil. Spiritual conditions are there, but without this love, nourishment of love with that condition, the attention that I should have given to it is not there. It hardens. What happens to tomatoes if you don't give enough calcium and zinc? The fruit or the vegetable will split with that white line on it, or the white split will be there on the tomato. You can see the vegetables which are well nourished, the plant is well nourished. You can see a big difference. And I also observe the difference between an abhyasi who is so devoted and one who is just, क्या बोलते हैं, just soaking the feet in water and then coming out again, soaking the feet in water and coming out again, instead of swimming in the pool. डर लगता है शायद मैं पूरा स्पिरिचुअल बन जाऊंगी तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. That's why there is a danger. कान्हा की आज बहुत बात हो रही है, सॉन्ग्स भी, भजन भी बहुत सुंदर था. कान्हा को हम बहुत प्रेज करते हैं, लेकिन कान्हा एक बार हमारे साथ 24 घंटे रहने आएगा ना, तो आप बोलोगे कान्हा तू मेरे कहाँ से चला जा, तो मुझे जो करने करने दे, है ना. कल ऐसी ही बात हो रही थी, ये जो बहनें हैं ना, उसमें एक स्वाति भी है. वो मैंने पूछा उनको, आपके फेवरेट भगवान कौन है? कि कान्हा. दुर्गा की पूजा करती है? हाँ कर लेती हूँ. ये तो बेवफा हो गई. तो आगे बोलने वाला था लेकिन रुक गया. लेकिन आज बोलता हूँ अभी कि दुर्गा की पूजा करती है, रात को 12 बजे दुर्गा आ गई तेरे को दर्शन देने, ऑन हर टाइगर, with a sword in her hand, the bleeding mouth. तेरा टेम्परेचर 105 हो जाएगा. भाग जाएगी, चिल्लाएगी, स्मृति स्मृति मुझे बचाओ, ये दुर्गा ही है. Same thing will happen when our masters accompany us day in and day out. Unless we have that love to transform ourselves, we'll keep on repelling their presence. Ajao. They come in the form of spiritual conditions. They mask themselves in a spiritual condition, enters in us. It depends on us how to enter in that presence. Again, there is a beautiful bhajan on Lord Krishna. In Gujarati they say, "Hey Kishan, tu ek बार मारा घरे आओ, उन तारो वैकुंठ भी बोलावी देश." Meaning, hey Krishna, come to my abode once, to my house. I'll make you forget your Vaikuntha. So, how do we cultivate such a heart where Lord becomes a permanent resident of my heart? Forget the spiritual conditions. Let's not make the masters and the method as utilitarian nothing. Make it a love affair. Only when there is love affair, there is permanency. Most love affairs, love marriages fail. Most of them. They may live together, but there is no what we call marriage, so-called. they habitate together. Because in love, each one dies for the other. In true love, I don't exist for her and she doesn't exist for me. There is mutuality there. As Govindji yesterday quoted Babuji Maharaj's, the inscription on Babuji's Samadhi, that I become you, you become me. My body becomes soul and soul becomes my body. None can say in future that me and thee are different. Both becomes one. But as two individuals come together, with so much of love, they come together, then what happens? One begins to lose the identity of oneself. One feels that I'm getting too much sucked into this relationship. One becomes alert that I'm getting sucked into it. I'm losing my personal space and becomes protective. And then the repulsion starts. What if I become absolutely divine? What will happen to my human pleasures? There is a danger of a spiritual seeker. These are the weeds and these are the pests. What will I become? I might disappear. My joys and funs and pleasures of life will go away. And finally, when we were talking of death yesterday, die before you die, that does not mean committing suicide. It only means dropping the ego and free oneself from it. That is a state that comes after Parabrahman, where one absolutely surrenders, Saranagati to God. And more we surrender, more and more Saranagati is there. This I become less and less, and Prabhutva takes hold of. This is what we call transition from Prapannagati, Prapannagati and Prabhu, and finally Prabhutva, where only God remains. The self is dissolved. Self is never dissolved, but the self-identity that I am something is dissolved. And when the I does not want to move further because it doesn't exist, it has no more desire of even spiritual growth, it remains in a dumb kind of a state, very innocent state, pure. And when Guru glances over such a person, he says, now it becomes my job because this fellow is gone now. Now I can take him. He's weightless. I can lift him. With his mercy, he takes us forward. He carries us, literally lifting us, and goes on marching on the higher and higher steps of the mountain of spirituality. On our own, after reaching Prapanna Prabhu and Prabhu state, there is no more progress left to us. It is the mercy of the Master who takes us further beyond the Brahmarandra and makes us enter into central region. And that is the beauty of Sahaj Marg, research done by our great masters, that without killing a person, on the way beyond Brahmarandra, keeping that person alive and making him enter the central region, the regions of gods. But for that, I repeat again and again that love should become the paramount thing, and beyond love, go beyond what that there are frontiers beyond love also. Parama Prema Swarupa, Bhakti. There is no limit to Bhakti. Pure distilled love is Bhakti. We have in front of us the examples, Radha, Meera. Bhakti, very few men were able to attain. Persons like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many saints who are men, so-called philosophers and mystics. But when it comes to bhakti, women surpasses. We have to have that tender and ever-accepting heart. That is the primary requirement, acceptance. Man with the logic keeps on repelling. Even when you feel so peaceful inside, why am I feeling peaceful? Why am I so happy? And we give reasons. Or maybe that, maybe this, but never to the right thing, the meditation. One forgets to justify the inner changes and give due credit to the person it really belongs to. The logical mind needs to be satisfied. Only then that mind will cooperate. We have to become friendlier with our mind. Our own mind can become the enemy, but Babuji says, there is no better friend than the mind itself, if you train it well. Meditation is all about this mental gym. How we pass through the storms of thoughts, volcanic thoughts, eruptions of thoughts, and yet sail through it successfully during each meditation. Most of us, when we get tornado of thoughts in our mind during meditation, we get up. Let's say, चलो छोड़ो आज तो बहुत विचार आते हैं, आज ध्यान नहीं करेंगे हम. So we have to prepare ourselves even for meditation. Because we are not in that state of mind all the time. If we had carried our meditative state of mind during daytime yesterday, it would have lingered on also during my sleep, and I would not struggle with my thoughts in my next day morning meditation. So I need to adjust my lifestyle. Only then this fragrant spiritual condition, which Babuji says is subtler, more refined than the fragrance of a rose, difficult to hold. It's a big challenge. Acquiring a condition is not a problem. Holding on to it and enlivening it and intensifying it, becoming one with it, that is Abhyasi's job. Master's role is complete. He gifts us. And sometimes he creates circumstances also so that we may do all these things. But we rebel too much because of our old habits. If we can kill all our old habits, then it will be better. It would help us grow faster. That's why in the recent seminar for the youth we were emphasizing kindness, rising with kindness. Start being kind to yourself. How? There is yama and there is niyama. Be a killer to all your defects and nourish all those good qualities that will help you grow spiritually. That is being kind to yourself. Protect your own interests. But often we are interested in transforming others, criticizing others. My dear sisters and brothers, gift to a master. The biggest gift, one wonders, I keep getting lots of gifts, lots of sweets and lots of clothes, pants and underwears also they give me. One day I had a deep understanding what sort of the gift can be given to a master. Does he need our love? He does not. But for love to keep flowing, I have to love everyone, not just the master. नहीं तो क्या होता है कि the river that keeps down, dancing and flowing from the mountain tops, bubbling with joy, enters the plains. One branch goes here, another branch goes there, third branch goes, and then it can never reach the ocean. Bechari Nadi. That's what happens to us. Dancing with spiritual conditions after meditation. But as the day passes, the many branches in the mind, this desire pulls you here, another desire pulls you there. All your attention, all your energies are diluted. There is no single focus. The true gift, let the love keep flowing. Second, does he need money? Fortunately, no. Not for personal reasons or personal gain. But we do require for the mission, for the organization. Have you known that this ashram, when we purchased the land itself was few hundred crores. Building the ashram itself ran into few hundred crores. Do we think where from this money comes? So instead of giving money to the master, give lavishly to the organization that supports it. But do it with love. If you think you are being pressurized, don't give even 1 rupee, because that will hurt you more. And don't give because you think that if I give so much to the master, to the mission, I will get much more. ऐसा condition मत रखो. The only gift that one can give that will make Babuji smile is my transformed self. Each day, when I become better and better and submit myself to my Lord, today I am like this. Tomorrow I want to be like that. Help me become that. Help me remove my defects. But even before we put this proposal to the great master, help me remove my defects, don't make it a generic statement. Identify your defects. Babuji says, when once you identify your defects, 50% job is over. So spend time quietly instead of gossiping, reflecting on what are my weaknesses, what should I be working upon, how can I destroy them, how can I be the killer to my own defects. That is Yama, becoming Lord of Death, Yama to your own weaknesses. And Niyama is exactly opposite, to give life to it, enlivening the spiritual states. That is being kind to yourself. Leaving yourself unattended is being unkind to yourself, ignored. So don't go on ignoring yourself, not your health, not your mental and emotional well-being, and not at all your spiritual well-being. Please pay attention to it. In this life, we have the great opportunity God has granted having such a great master like Babuji, the hierarchy of masters that starts with Lord Krishna. And if we fail, despite of all that, I can't even say, may God help, because these are the gods. Thank you.